Hi, Eric Wilson here, independent licensed mechanic with 30 years of experience. In the next short while, I'm going to show you the inside story in this 2018 Honda Pilot so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, coming in on the right rear tire, you got about 60-70% tread on all-season radio, so definitely lots of tread. Keep you going there. Coming behind the front, the rear right tire, get it right. Your spring suspension, very clean, no cracks, no breaks. More importantly, if you look through there, you see that black tube. That's your shock, and if it is full of oil, if it was leaking, you would see that all over the place. So on your brakes, on your front, back up. Rear right tire, having an issue here. You've got about 10,000 K left on your brakes. So down a bit, but definitely not out. Now, coming into the front right tire, again, about 70 to 80% tread of all-season radio, so definitely lots of good meat there. And then coming behind the front right tire, I want to point out that rubber boot there is the outer CV, and it's full of grease, and if it was ripped, you'd see it leaking all over the place. Important not to be, because it keeps the axle lubricated as it goes forward. This is your right lower ball joint, and critical to hold the wheel to the chassis, and it is tight. Your brakes, you got about 20,000 K. You got 20,000 K roughly on your brakes for the front right. This right here is your sway bar link, right front sway bar link, connected from there up to there, and important for that to be, because it dampens the sway when it goes around the corner. Now, if looking through there, that is your outer tie rod. That's the most important thing on the front, right? Because it's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering, and it is tight. So brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, I'm not seeing anything of any issue on the front right. Now, speaking of leak-wise, I'm just checking for leaks at the bottom of the oil pan, bottom of the pan at the engine here, and I am not seeing any indication of leaks whatsoever, because you would see a very evident stain, and that is good and dry. So leak-wise, this is very, very clean. Now, this is your catalytic converter. There's nothing wrong with it. Big problem is that people are reaching in and going cut, and you've got yourself a $1,000 repair. If you buy the vehicle, come to me, because one of the 3 for free is a catalytic theft protection system that's going to stop that from happening. If you buy it, be happy to help. Okay, on your front brakes, you've got about 20,000 K brakes left, so a good amount of K left. Okay, on the front left tire, you got about 70% tread of all-season radio, so definitely a lot of good tread there. Coming behind the front left tire, your outer CV boot, good and dry. Your inner CV boot, good and dry. More importantly, no indication of leakage there. Okay, your sway bar link from there to there. Your spring suspension intact. More importantly, no leakage on your shock there. Your left lower ball joint intact, doing its job. Sway bar link connected from there to there. Your outer tie rod, the most important thing in this side of the car, is tight. So I am not seeing any indications brake-wise, leak-wise, or suspension-wise on the front left. Okay, on the rear left tire, you've got about again, about 70% tread, lots of tread. Brakes, you got about 10,000 K on your rear left. Your spring suspension intact. More importantly, look behind the shock there, good and dry. Yeah, I'm not seeing any indication leak, brake, suspension, or tires on the rear left side here. Exhaust, very clean. No issues. Okay, I have got the scanner in there, and it's no powertrain DTCs, diagnostic trouble codes. So there is no check engine codes, which is a good thing. No cracks in your windshield, dash very clean. You've got 146,109, definitely not high K for these babies. And okay, I'll take you out and show you the condition of the motor now. Okay, with your motor running, got yourself a class 3 hitch, kind of handy, and shot of the exhaust with the motor running, and yeah, shot of the exhaust with the motor running, very, very clean. Now, one thing you always have to do to check on any vehicle is take off the oil cap and take a look underneath and see if there's any indication of white goo. Because now white goo is a mixture of oil and antifreeze, which would mean an internal leak, i.e. a head gasket, and a big reason to run away. Now, I do not see any indication of that in this. In fact, I don't see any indication of any problem in this vehicle, brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, and as far as I could tell, it's been well maintained as well. So hopefully this will help you make an informed decision. And remember, if you buy the vehicle, contact me, because I've got the 3 for free, and I just want to make sure you're good to go, and have a good one. Bye-bye.